Hello everybody. Today again our guest Sviatoslav Dubyansky. Hello Sviatoslav.
Hi.
We are going to speak today about happiness, about internal happiness. But before this I would like to introduce Sviatoslav. As I said before, and I'm sure you will recognize Sviatoslav, he's a master of Kriya yoga. Also he is a very good painter and he's author of the books devoted to Vedic culture. Sviatoslav, today I would like to speak about about a very important item which everybody is looking for in its life, happiness. Everybody from us need the happiness. I mean internal happiness, pure love. We call it pure love, but we can't find it. We try to get married, we think if we will have children we will be happy. If we will have wife or will have a lot of friends, we will feel this happiness, but it's not bring us this kind of the happiness which we are looking for, and we like confused how to find this kind of happiness. What do you think about it?
Well, so we have a lot of goals in our life, a lot of wishes. But the question is, who is the one who wish to reach all that goals? And Vedic philosophy, which we call Vedanta, actually is a very practical thing. Quite many people think about Vedanta like something outside of reality, something which is speaking about, something which is not connected with our life. But at the same time, Vedanta is very practical. Okay, I want to be happy. I want to, to escape from problems and sufferings. But the question is, who am I? Yeah, because we're always concentrating on the goals to achieve, but we're forgetting about who am I? Who wants to achieve this or that? Who am I who wants to escape from any problems? And all Vedanta philosophy is about who am I? The question of who am I? And actually the question itself is a philosophical, is intellectual. But the answer is, we can't get it out of logic. The answer is in a meditation. So that's the reason why we have to combine philosophy and meditation. Then only we can get a clear picture. So in any scientific even research, and by the way, Kriya yoga is a science. It's a quite mystical science, but it's science. It's very important to put proper question. Yeah. Without proper questions, we don't know where to go. And the proper question is, who am I? Because all your questions actually leads to the question, who am I? Yeah, people want to be happy, but they're forgetting about this self-inquiry, about who am I, who wants to be.
Why I'm here?
Again, not the question why you are here, but the question is, who are you that you are here?
Yeah.
Even more original, more fundamental question. So, and answer is only meditation, because not possible. We have a lot of ancient scriptures. We have a lot of modern books about the nature of soul, the nature of consciousness. But you can read, hundreds and even thousands of books. It will not add anything to the quality of your life. And only meditation, which is actually about self-contemplation, which is actually about self-inquiry, may give you certain mystical experiences about the nature of your consciousness. By the way, Kriya yoga is the ancient and very big, extremely big system of techniques and different kinds of meditations. Meditation techniques actually. But all that techniques essentially about self-inquiry. By the way, if we're practicing Kriya Yoga or any other kind of meditation, just forgetting about self-inquiry, we are not spiritual seekers at all. Spirituality, the first and, by the way, the last point of spirituality is self-inquiry. Okay, as now we are speaking in the words anyway, how can I explain or describe this answer, which is actually not possible to describe in words, as I mentioned. For me, okay, that philosophy which I accept as the real, and I don't want to prove it, and I respect all other opinions about the question about the self-inquiry. But the question which is real for me is that we are absolute consciousness and personal consciousness at the same time. So it means if we'll speak about this kind of philosophy with the Vedic terminology, we have a very beautiful philosophy which is Nara Narayana. Okay, Nara Narayana. What is the meaning of this philosophical system? The Narayana means absolute consciousness, and the Nara means the human consciousness, and it means who are you? Okay, for me, you are both absolute consciousness and a personality at the same time. You don't need to choose. You don't need to be this or that. There's no any contradiction in the fact that you are both. By the way, in original Christianity, which we call Gnostic Christianity, we have the same idea. Okay, the Jesus the Christ. What is the meaning of these two names? The Christ symbolized absolute divine consciousness. By the way, not only in Jesus, but in all of us. And Jesus is a symbol of the personal human consciousness. And according to the Gnostic tradition, every human being actually has these two natures, divine and human. Not only historical Jesus, but everyone has these two natures, divine and human. And for me, there is no any contradiction if I say, yes, I am divine, but at the same time, I'm human. And when I see anybody in front of me, I see the divine nature of every human being and the so-called human personal nature. And your question about happiness comes from the personal part of your consciousness. Because absolute consciousness is perfect. It's in a state of bliss, and absolute consciousness actually it's even impersonal. And in that absolute divine consciousness, we are all one. There is no any separate my absolute consciousness and a separate absolute consciousness for you. There's only one absolute consciousness, and we are all impersonally in a state of oneness and bliss in that divine absolute consciousness. By the way, if we speak about this absolute consciousness from the standpoint of practical Kriya Yoga approach, this is connected with the Sahasrara chakra. So this is fontainal, this is spot, which is the very important mystical place in, after all, human physical body. And this absolute consciousness, of course, it is everywhere and at the same time beyond everything. But so-called door, which we may open in our meditation, is the location is here in Fontainebleau. But at the same time, we are personal selves, we are human beings, we are personalities, and I think it is quite wrong and quite childish if we'll pretend that there is no any personality. By the way, there are many schools, yogic schools, philosophical schools, they deny personality. They deny personality like just an illusion. Maybe it's in absolute sense it is non-existent, I mean, personality, maybe it's illusion, but at the same time we're living in this world of multiplicity, and we as the personal personalities, the human beings, we're going to through the process of evolution, we're communicating, we're living our life. And your question about happiness comes from this personal consciousness, or if we may call it in a quite Christian way, like soul. Okay,
soul.
The soul, yeah, this is the personal consciousness. And the Kriya Yoga approach, which I like very much, I think it's the best one, at least for me. We have 7 chakras. 7 energy centers, but I prefer to say that this is not only energy centers, but mostly centers with a certain subtle and mystical information about our life. So it means when we practice certain meditations and let us say purify or just work with different chakras, essentially what's happened? We work with the subtle information about, your question means we're working with your life. And my approach is that, if you wish, we can say Lord God created us with the 7 chakras. It means something is there. 7 chakras, 7 aspects of my human life, 7 shelves, if you wish, of my like my existence as the man. And for me, the proper life, harmonious life, is to be able to work on all 7 levels or 7 aspects. Finally, it means with the 7 chakras. And I'm very happy that in the end of 20th century and now in the 21st century we are experiencing huge cultural shift. And it's like even few hundreds years back, people, when they spoke about happiness and success, it was always about money. I am rich means I am successful. But in modern culture, people more and more they're ready to understand that it's good to be rich, no questions about, but the main source of happiness mostly is inside, but it's it's to find out and to fulfill your life purpose, to be creative, to live life according to your life purpose. This is the meaning of success. That means this is a huge, actually, real shift or revolution, if you wish, in the human culture, because we're starting to approach things like happiness, things like success, from the standpoint of my life purpose. But what does mean life purpose? Is something actually extremely spiritual and even divine. I mean to say, you born on this planet Earth as a human being, and you have a lot of talents. You have, I'm not scared to say, even mission. I mean, I'm ready to say that any and every human being has his or her own mission, life purpose. And the question is just our subconscious programs, our fears, our social programming blocking us from even this idea about possibility to live life according to the life purpose. And what I like about Bible and the Vedas, in both of these main scriptures of the mankind, God is creator. And so this is very important. The God is creator. Doesn't matter. You can speak about God in the sense of Bible or the way how Vedas speaking about God. God is creator. But the very important point is that any human being is also creator. To discover you yourself as a, okay, maybe smaller creator than Lord God, but still creator is extremely important for any human being. Because if you discover yourself, if you're ready to understand yourself as creator, of course, in a small sense, smaller than God, but still creator. You know, it's like if you take ocean, it's water. If you take drop, the same water. Yeah, it means the quality of creativity or the act of creation is the same in the case of God, in the case of man. But so it means it's very important to be creative and to first to understand what is my life purpose, and then to build one's life according to the life purpose. And sometimes our social reality may really block us from that, but we have to be mystical enough and understand that, okay, my thoughts, my consciousness is the origin, this is the first step, and whatever, this is the source of all whatever happened with me in my life. You know, if I'm ready to think free, if I'm ready to think as a creator, it means step by step it will be possible for me to manage my life as creator. And okay, happiness,
pure love.
Pure love. You know, actually, pure love is the main quality of God. And things like absolute consciousness, oneness, compassion, pure love, is all the same, absolutely the same. And to discover pure love, actually we may discover it, first of all, through meditation, and then through active love. So it means not only meditate and be in a state of bliss for ourselves, but to serve people. In the process of service, we become active in our love. And that's the reason why I believe that the first step in this process of discovering this pure love, of course, meditation. Because
during the meditation we can find the pure love inside of me when we have connection with the existence. Like we are drop and we are together with the ocean.
We may describe it in such a way, but I think that in a very deep meditation there is no any drop. Actually, you are just like that ocean, and that ocean is ocean of bliss, love, and compassion. Of course, human language it has a lot of limitations, but still we have very special words, terminology to describe this amazing thing. And so this is bliss, love, and compassion. So these are words and terms which are describing this absolute divine consciousness. And if you are experiencing this divine consciousness through meditation, then only the state of bliss, joy, and love is just a natural experience, nothing special, it's just natural. But at the same time, I think it is, for some people, it's also dangerous to deny human part of our reality. And I mean to say, we are the absolute consciousness, at the same time we're human beings with a human consciousness. Okay, we're living in these physical bodies, and I mean to say that to keep our physical body in a good shape is a very good and a very important part of spirituality. That's the reason why I mean that, yeah, it's good to practice meditation and prayer, but it's really important to practice Qigong or Hatha Yoga, any physical exercise, to keep this temple of physical body, which is the main instrument, by the way, of the spiritual evolution, in a proper shape, in a proper good conditions. And at the same time, all aspects of human life are accepted as the part of divine plan. For example, family life. To be happy in a family life is extremely important, is a part of divine plan. I mean, to establish good family, It's an open question. Is it necessary or not to have a children? It's a personal question. I can't discuss it because it's very much personal. And there are people who really wish to have it, or some people maybe not at all. But you know, it's a personal choice. I'm not going to penetrate into that. But at the same time, the happy family life, which includes relationship with the parents, with the brothers and sisters, and by the way, children and husband and wife relationship, it's a part of divine creation. And my vision is that I don't want to speak about family life as sin and something dirty. Not at all. It's for me kind of mental illness even. This is a part of divine creation. But just the question is that the family life, the happy family life, must be like included into the complete picture. I mean to say, I just want to come back to the 7 chakras, and the second chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, connected with the family life. But we're speaking about complete life, means we're speaking about all 7 chakras, and it's wrong to put certain separate chakra as the most important. So it must be complete, harmonious way. It means if somebody thinks about family life as the most important, I don't think it's right, because of course, you know, your spiritual, your divine evolution is extremely important. Your intellectual, creative evolution is also important, and family life must be harmonious part of this complete picture of divine creation.
It's just if you don't have family, for example, this time, you don't need to be sad, because you have a lot of things and to find happiness through the meditation.
Very much personal thing, very much personal. If somebody is naturally alone, let it be like that. For example, if you know that in many traditions of, by the way, yoga, we have a system of monks and nuns. It's a traditional Vedic approach to be monk and nun. Okay, if it is natural, it's good. But if it is not natural, better not to pretend. No, better to be very clear and very honest. And you don't need to discuss all your personal questions with the people around you, but just when you speak with yourself, when you have inner dialogue, then to be very clear and very honest. If somebody is if somebody has the bank account with $1,000 and somebody one can be happy with 1,000, but if you wish to have 10 millions or 100 millions, better to be clear and say, I want to be rich, and just to do something, better to be clear, not to deceive yourself. And the same thing with your current job. If you are happy with your current job, okay, go home, go ahead with that. But if you are just hate your job, just better to be clear
and change your job. Not lie to yourself,
never lie, and start your own project. The same with the family life. If it is natural for somebody to be alone, by the way, if somebody wish to be alone, no need to become monk and nun.
Just be alone.
Be alone, that's all. And practice meditation, do some creative job, be active in many senses. But at the same time, if somebody alone but wish to have a good family, then better to say, okay, I'm not happy. I don't want to accept my conditions, and I want to change, and I have power to change. I want to do some steps, something to change, make a clear plan how to change it, and that's what I mean, because original spirituality and original Kriya Yoga is not about self-torture, it's not about be monk and nun, it's not about go to Himalayas and live
live alone 20 years.
or the rest of your life. Spirituality about self-inquiry. Our conversation today, we started with a self-inquiry. This is spirituality. For example, you can be a family person, or you may stay alone. You can have 10 children or live your life without children. You can be rich or poor. This is not a part of spirituality. Spirituality means self-inquiry. Who am I? What is the nature of my consciousness? this is the source of meditation. This is the main question of meditation, and all the rest is your human part of your life, human aspect of your life, human reality. And better to be clear and be truthful to yourself. So, and I mean to say that yeah, our thoughts are powerful and our decisions are powerful, and our positive thinking is extremely powerful. And of course, first we have to be clear.
Yeah.
To be clear. Then to, if you wish, to make a list of what you are ready to accept and what to do, you are planning to change in your life, and then to make steps. On a daily basis, steps. And you know, it's like if you are disturbing your mind because of financial, creative, or family reasons, you can't meditate. You know, the sad thing about quite many people in the ashrams, they are pretending that they don't need money, they don't need family, they don't need this and that. They're pretending they're just meditating. It's absolutely stupid. Better to be clear. If you need more money, make it. If you need to establish family,
make a steps.
But
don't blame nobody for this. Just
don't blame, of course, and make a steps, and then you can peacefully meditate. And if in the end of our today's discussion, I want to give you plenty of examples of family yogis. For example, my guru Yogi Rama, he was family person, 2 sons, 1 daughter. The greatest Kriya Yoga master of 19th century, Lahiri Mahasaya, also family person, 2 sons, 3 daughters. You know, we have a lot of examples of family people who became great masters of meditation. So it means it's your choice, your clarity, and then meditation is self-inquiry. So.
And I have a last question for you for today's interview. Do you believe in the reincarnation? And because of many people are afraid to die, they think that their body, only the body, they're afraid to die. What can you say about this?
So actually, this question is for another 1 hour. And I don't know what to do because we have more or less the end of interview. But yeah, of course, the question of reincarnation is not a question of belief. For me, it's just a question of knowledge. And yes, we as the personal consciousness, we reincarnate. And the huge question is, who is reincarnating? And my answer is absolutely simple. We as the personal consciousness, we do reincarnate. And I mean to say that, okay, if it's just bookish knowledge, it's one question. But if you are practicing meditation, then more and more gradually everyone may experience this consciousness and even discover a lot of valuable information from your past lives. And the fear of death is the fundamental fear, and it comes out of ignorance, which you already mentioned, that we're a physical body. And of course, physical body is keep on changing, and even medical science telling us that every 7 or sometimes 8 years on the level of cells we're like reproducing a totally new physical body. You can take picture of yourself when you was like, let us say, 3 years old, and now where is that body? No, you have totally new body. It means, of course, the fundamental ignorance is that people think that they are bodies, and how to dissolve, how to change this this ignorance. Only meditation. Only when we just contemplate, meditate, and of course better to practice proper meditations, to learn proper meditation, because it's not just sitting with the closed eyes and that's all. So then for that we have ancient and clear meditation techniques of, for example, Kriya Yoga. And through meditation, this is the only the way how we may understand that, okay, I'm not physical body, I'm
something else.
Something else, and then step by step, and of course sometimes people may think, okay, I'm not physical body, I'm astral body, and then okay, I'm not astral body, I'm causal body, and then I'm not causal, I'm consciousness. But this is not an intellectual question, this is purely question of mystical experience, and the question, what kind of mystical experience or meditation experience are we ready to reach, to experience, and through that meditation we may get clear understanding.
Thank you very much,
Thank you for having me.
Sviatoslav. I'm sure everybody will find for something interesting for itself. I just would like to say that we will continue to speak about reincarnation, about how to stop reincarnation, about another
happiness,
and pure love. So just subscribe to our channel and you will see it all. Thank you very much, Sviatoslav.
Thank you for having me. See you.